Quibi raised $1.75 billion. 6 months after it launched, it was dead. And the one piece of technology that was supposed to set it apart from everyone else? A judge later found there was, quote, sufficient evidence it had actually been stolen. After the company died, they had to hand that tech over to the people they took it from. This is Quibi, and it's a rare kind of failure, not because they lacked ideas or money or connections. They had all three in genuinely absurd amounts. It failed because of exactly what they chose to build with them. Let's get into it. Quibi started in 2018 under a much less catchy name, New TV. Behind it were two people who, individually, had nothing left to prove. Jeffrey Katzenberg had run Disney's film studio and co-founded DreamWorks Animation. Meg Whitman had been CEO of eBay, then CEO of HP. One of them understood Hollywood better than almost anyone alive. The other understood how to run a massive company. On paper, it's hard to design a better founding team. Their pitch was simple, and honestly, kind of clever. Short videos, under 10 minutes each, made for your phone. Made for the in-between moments of your day. Waiting in line, riding the subway, quick bites. That's where the name Quibi actually comes from. To build it, they raised $1.75 billion from an investor list that reads like a joke about excess. Disney, NBC Universal, Sony, ITV, Alibaba, basically every major studio and telecom that could write a check. They signed talent like LeBron James, Jennifer Lopez, Steven Spielberg, and Kevin Hart. This wasn't some scrappy app trying to get noticed. This was Hollywood's A-list, showing up on day one. And then there was Turnstile. This was the feature Quibi was proudest of. Flip your phone from portrait to landscape mid-video, and the shot would seamlessly reframe itself, like the show had been filmed for both orientations at once. Which technically, it had. Every scene was shot with two separate cameras running simultaneously, just to make that trick work. It sounds impressive. It was also wildly expensive. And here's the part that gets darker. A company called Echo sued Quibi, claiming the whole idea had been lifted by a few ex-Snapchat employees who brought it with them. A judge didn't just let the case proceed. She found there was sufficient evidence the trade secrets really had been stolen. Quibi built its signature feature, its whole "we're different" pitch, on technology it may not have actually owned. April 6, 2020, launch day, ads during the Super Bowl, ads during the Oscars, a free 90-day trial to get people in the door. Everything about the rollout said, this is a big deal, and then reality showed up. Quibi's entire premise, content for people on the move, squeezed into the gaps of a busy day, launched into a month where nobody in America was moving anywhere. No commutes, no waiting rooms, no subway rides. Everyone was sitting at home, on a couch, in front of the biggest screen in the house. The exact behavior Quibi was built around had, for the moment, stopped existing. Katzenberg later pinned a lot of the blame on the pandemic directly, telling one interviewer he attributed everything that went wrong to it. But here's the thing that gets left out of that version of the story. Even without COVID, Quibi had a problem it built for itself. There was no way, at launch, to share a clip on social media. Think about that. A short-form video platform aimed at a mobile-native audience in 2020 with no share button. The exact mechanism that makes short content spread for free, organically to millions of people, just wasn't there. They'd spent a fortune solving a problem, dual orientation video, that nobody had asked them to solve, and skipped the one feature that might have marketed the app for them for nothing. The free trial didn't convert the way they needed. By that summer, reports said Quibi expected to burn through $1 billion of its $1.75 billion by the third quarter of the year, and would need another $200 million just to keep going into 2021. Behind the scenes, tension between Katzenberg and Whitman was reportedly becoming its own problem, on top of everything else. In October, 6 months after launch, they made the call. Whitman put it plainly in the announcement. It was clear this wasn't going to have a path forward as a standalone business, and the honorable thing to do was return money to shareholders while there was still money to return. Out of 1.75 billion raised, roughly 350 million went back to investors. That's about 20 cents on the dollar. In January 2021, what was left, the actual shows, dozens of them, got sold off to Roku for under $100 million. And then, almost as a final punchline, the Echo lawsuit wrapped up nearly a year after Quibi was already gone. The settlement handed the turnstile technology, the feature the entire company had been built to showcase, over to Echo, the exact thing Quibi spent a fortune building and allegedly stole to build faster, ended up outliving Quibi itself in a rival's hands. So what actually happened here? It's tempting to file this under wrong place, wrong time, a good idea that COVID simply murdered. That's the version Katzenberg himself has told, and COVID genuinely didn't help. But a company doesn't spend years and untold engineering hours on a party trick camera feature while shipping without a basic share button because of a pandemic. Those were choices, made in a world that hadn't heard of COVID yet. Quibi didn't fail because people stopped commuting. It failed because it bet everything, the money, the talent, the technology, on a very specific guess about how people wanted to watch video, and never seriously questioned that guess until it was already dead. Meanwhile, the thing that might have actually saved it, letting people share a 15-second clip with a friend, sat further down the priority list than a feature that needed 2 cameras just to work. $1.75 billion. And the hardest lesson in it was the cheapest one. Build the feature people will actually use before you build the one that impresses investors.